You clutch your dreams tightly. So tight your knuckles turn white. You think holding on means control. You think it means safety. But what if I told you it's the exact opposite? What if holding on this way is what's stopping everything you want? Fear has a strange power. It makes us prisoners. It builds walls inside us that no one else can see. We lock ourselves away, afraid to lose what little we have, afraid to lose ourselves, afraid to fail, afraid to fall. But in that tight grip, something precious slips away. Your freedom, your peace, your chance to be truly alive. You don't notice it at first. It's so small, like a whisper lost in the noise. The more you try to hold on, the more it slips through your fingers. You can't see it, you can't feel it, but it's there. The fear, the doubt, the invisible chains. You think holding on is brave, but sometimes the bravest thing you can do is to let go, to release the grip, to open your hand and watch what you thought was yours float away. It's terrifying. Your heart pounds, your mind screams, what if I lose everything? But here's the secret: when you finally let go, you find something even greater: freedom, hope, a new kind of strength. You can't see it before you release. That's what makes it so hard. The unknown waits on the other side, a vast emptiness. But emptiness is not nothing. It's space. Space for new dreams, space for healing, space for life to breathe in. When you hold on tight, fear fills every corner of that space. When you let go, fear dissolves like mist in the morning sun. And then you begin to see clearly. You begin to feel again. The weight lifts below. Your shoulders straighten. You realize you were carrying the chains all along. You realize you have the power to break free. But it requires trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in the journey. Trust that even if you fall, you will rise again. Trust that letting go doesn't mean losing. It means gaining. There's a storm inside you, raging with doubt and pain. But there's also a calm voice whispering, let go. It's a voice you may have forgotten, buried beneath years of fear. That voice is your soul calling you home. Home to yourself. Home to possibility. Home to love and light you didn't know existed. Imagine standing on a cliff, the wind fierce around you, the ground uncertain beneath your feet. Your dreams are tied to a rope, your grip on them tight as ever. Below, the unknown waits, dark and deep. Your heart is pounding. What do? Hold on tighter and risk falling, or let go and soar? The truth is, you have to choose. And that choice is the turning point. It's the moment you say, I am more than my fears. I am ready to be free. I am ready to receive what life has for me. Letting go is not weakness. It's the ultimate strength. It's the faith that something better is coming. It's the courage to face the unknown with open arms. When you finally release, you will feel a rush, a lightness you never knew was possible. Below, you will understand that everything you wanted was never trapped by holding on. It was waiting patiently for you to let go. You don't need to fight. You don't need to chase. You just need to breathe, to trust, to open your hands and heart wide. Because only then can life fill you up in ways you never imagined, and your dreams, they will come. Not because you forced them, but because you made room. Room to grow, room to heal, room to live. So right now, in this very moment, ask yourself, what are you holding on to that's holding you back? What fears have you wrapped around your heart so tightly that you can't breathe? What if, just what if, the key to everything you want is not in holding on harder, but in letting go completely? Can you find the courage to release, to trust the invisible path, to step forward, even if your legs shake? I promise you, on the other side of fear is freedom. On the other side of surrender is your true power. Below, on the other side of letting go is everything you've been waiting for. The choice is yours. The moment is now. Will you hold on or will you let go? You stand at the edge of the unknown. Your heart pounds. Your breath catches. The path ahead is hidden. You cannot see it. Not clearly. You only feel the faintest whisper of a direction. It's invisible to the eye, but it calls to you. You want to step forward, but doubt freezes your feet. What if it's a mistake? What if the ground crumbles beneath you? What if you fall? Fear screams in your mind. It demands proof. It demands certainty. But life rarely offers that. The invisible path asks for trust. Blind, fierce, unwavering trust. It asks you to step into the darkness with your eyes wide shut. And that is terrifying, because the mind craves control. It wants maps, guarantees, safety nets. But this is different. This is surrender. This is faith. The kind of faith that shakes you to your core. You might feel alone. You might feel lost. You might want to turn back. But the truth is, the invisible path is the only path that leads to what you truly want. It's the path your heart knows even when your head refuses to listen. You have felt it before. Those moments when the world seemed to fall away and something bigger whispered, "Keep going." Those moments are not accidents. They are invitations. Invitations to trust the unseen, to believe in the magic beyond logic. The invisible path is where miracles live. It's where dreams take root and grow. But you have to walk it, one trembling step at a time. Every step forward is a battle. Your mind fights with questions. Your heart battles fear. But with each step, something changes. The air feels lighter. Your soul feels freer. You begin to see glimpses, a shimmer of light, a quiet sign, a gentle nudge. These are the breadcrumbs the universe leaves for you. But you must be brave enough to follow, brave enough to ignore the voices that say, "Turn back," brave enough to believe in what you cannot yet see. Trusting the invisible path means embracing uncertainty. It means accepting that sometimes the way forward is hidden in fog and shadow. It means believing that even if you cannot see the whole staircase, the first step is still worth taking. Imagine the child inside you, the one who believed in magic without question, the one who dreamed freely, wildly, without limits. That child is still inside, waiting, calling you back. Trust is the bridge that connects you to that child. Trust is the light that guides you through darkness. But it is also the hardest thing to hold onto when everything inside you screams for answers. You are not broken for feeling scared. You are not weak for doubting. You are human. The invisible path does not promise ease. It promises growth. It promises transformation. It promises that the journey itself will shape you into the person you are meant to be. And when you finally reach the other side, you will look back and realize that the path was never truly invisible. It was hidden by fear, by doubt, by the walls you built around yourself. But the path was always there, waiting for you to trust it, waiting for you to take that first step. Now is the moment to listen to the quiet voice inside, the voice that says, believe, trust, keep going. It may feel like you are walking alone, but you are not. The universe moves with you. It breathes with you. It holds you when your legs grow tired. And it rewards your faith with blessings beyond measure. The invisible path will test you. It will push you. It will break you open and rebuild you stronger than before. But it will also give you everything you desire, if only you dare to trust it. So ask yourself, what if the path you cannot see is exactly the one you need? What if the uncertainty is the doorway to your greatest freedom? What if the magic you seek is waiting on the other side of your fear? Will you step forward? Will you trust when your heart trembles? Will you believe in the invisible path even when you cannot see the way? The choice is yours. The journey is calling. Take the step, trust the path, and watch your life transform in ways you never thought possible. You carry it with you. The weight of pain, the burden of past wounds, every scar, every hurt, every moment you tried to be strong when inside you were breaking. It's heavy, so heavy you can barely stand. You hide it well. You tell yourself, I'm okay. But inside, the H never leaves. It whispers in quiet moments. It claws at your heart when you're alone. You try to push it down. You try to bury it deep. But pain is like water. It finds a way out. It leaks. It floods. It drowns your spirit when you least expect it. You think healing means fixing, repairing the broken pieces, fighting the darkness. But what if healing starts differently? What if it begins not with fighting, but surrender? Surrender feels like defeat, like giving up, like losing control. But it is anything but that. Surrender is the doorway to freedom. The moment you stop resisting, the chains start to fall away. When you stop fighting your pain, it loses its power. It softens. It changes. You might fear surrender, fear that if you let go, you will disappear. But you will not vanish. You will be reborn. You will rise from the ashes of your suffering, stronger and more whole than before. Imagine standing in the storm, the wind howling, the rain soaking you to the bone. You brace yourself, desperate to stand firm. But what if you stopped fighting the storm? What if you opened your arms and let it wash over you? The storm would still rage, but you would no longer be its prisoner. You would dance in the rain. That's surrender. That's healing. It is not the absence of pain, but the choice to let pain move through you instead of trapping you. It is saying, I see you, I feel you, but you will not define me. It takes courage. The kind of courage that shakes you to your core. To face the darkness without flinching. To feel the rawness of your wounds without running away. To allow yourself to be vulnerable in a world that tells you to be tough. But in that vulnerability lies your strength. Lo, the kind of strength that can move mountains, that can mend broken hearts, that can heal the deepest wounds. You are not alone in this struggle. Every soul carries their own battles, but not everyone finds the courage to surrender. Not everyone finds the strength to heal. That path is narrow and steep, but it is the only path to true peace. When you surrender, you open the door to grace, to forgiveness, to love that you never thought possible. You release the past that has held you hostage. You stop carrying the burdens that were never meant to be yours alone. And in that space, new life begins. Your heart begins to beat with hope. Your spirit begins to breathe freely. The scars on your soul begin to glow with the light of resilience. But surrender is not a one-time act. It is a daily choice, a moment-by-moment decision to let go of control, to trust the process of healing, even when it feels slow or painful, to believe that the darkness you walk through is leading you to the dawn. There will be days when you want to give up, when the pain feels unbearable, when you question if healing is even possible. Hold on to this truth. Surrender is your greatest gift to yourself. It is the seed from which all healing grows. The moment you let go, you start to grow. You start to heal. You start to live again. So ask yourself, what are you holding on to that keeps you hurting? What walls have you built to keep the pain inside? What if you dared to open the door just a crack, to let the light in, to feel the hurt and still choose hope? The journey is yours. The choice is yours. Or will you keep fighting the storm? Or will you dance in the rain? Will you hold on to the pain? Or will you surrender and heal? The moment is now. The healing begins when you let go. You chase, you run, you grasp, you fight. You want it so badly. Your dreams, your goals, your happiness. You reach out, clutching with every fiber of your being. But somehow, the harder you hold on, the further it slips away. It's a cruel paradox. You think control will bring you peace. You think chasing will bring you what you desire. But the universe whispers a different truth. A truth wrapped in silence and mystery. Sometimes the only way to receive is to let go. To loosen your grip. To open your hands and heart wide, empty and ready. It feels impossible. You want to believe holding on is the way, because holding on feels like trying. Oh, letting go feels like giving up. But what if letting go is the greatest act of courage? What if surrender is the secret door to everything you want? Imagine holding a delicate flower. If you squeeze too hard, it wilts. But if you hold it gently, it blooms. Your dreams are like that flower. Your desires are fragile. When you grasp with desperation, you crush them. When you hold gently, you nurture them. You create space for miracles. The hardest part is trusting that release doesn't mean loss. It means opening a channel for life to flow in. You might feel scared. Scared that if you stop chasing, you'll never get what you want. But what if the chasing itself is what blocks the path? What if the constant struggle creates a wall too high to climb? Letting go breaks down that wall. It clears the fog that clouds your vision. Suddenly, you see the path you never noticed before. It is not always easy. Your mind will fight. It will whisper doubts. You're giving up too soon. You don't deserve this. You'll lose everything. But these are lies born of fear. Fear is a master thief. It steals your peace and blinds your heart. When you let go, you reclaim your power. You tell fear, you do not control me. And in that moment, something shifts. The universe leans in. Doors open. Signs appear. Opportunity knocks softly but persistently. Gifts arrive wrapped in unexpected ways. Your heart begins to relax. Your soul breathes. Receiving is not passive. It is active trust. Trust that life has your back. Trust that what is meant for you will come, not because you force it, but because you invite it. You become a magnet for blessings, not through force, but through grace. This is the paradox. You receive more when you stop grasping. You gain freedom when you stop struggling. You find yourself when you stop trying to control everything. The journey is not about possession. It is about presence. Being present enough to see the gifts already around you. Being open enough to accept what is coming. Being brave enough to step into the unknown without fear. When you finally surrender, you will realize how heavy the chase was, how exhausted your soul felt, how blind your heart was, and then you will laugh. Because you understand that everything you wanted was never out of reach. It was waiting patiently for you to release your grip, to stop pushing, to let life fill you in its own perfect time. So ask yourself, what are you holding on to that keeps you from receiving? What clenched fists are blocking the blessings meant for you? What if you dared to open your hands, to breathe deep, to trust fully? What if the very thing you fear losing is what will set you free? The moment is now. The choice is yours. Will you keep chasing shadows, or will you let go and finally receive the light? Will you hold on tight, or will you open your heart and welcome what is already on its way? Remember, the universe moves in mysterious ways. It answers those who listen, those who trust, those who dare to surrender. Everything you want is waiting for you to let go, waiting for you to receive.